Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Sarogeto. And this is a new drama, mystery, romance coming to you from writer-director Nico Santucci. And this focuses on the story of Grace Stanton, played by Ikumi Yashimatsu, who is a woman who lives a very privileged life that she never really felt like she was never worthy of. And she finds out that she is dying of some pretty serious disease and decides not to tell her family and bring in a young nanny played by a Ruby Park named Miki, and she tries to set her family up for the best possible solution when she comes to grips with her medical diagnosis and a spiritual guidance that she receives from her doctors Eric Roberts and Aki Aleong. And this film, I think, is really anchored by strong performances. I think generally across the board, each of the performances are very strong. Especially Yashimatsu gives a fantastic central performance. You really feel what she's bringing to this character. It also deals with some challenging subject matter and challenging moral dilemmas. And I think that becomes a big piece to this experience and really processing, should she tell her family? Should she be doing all of these things? I think Park gives a really strong performance as well as young Miki, and how she fits into this and realizing the journey that she's been on adds added layers of dimension here. And there's a lot of ethical elements between the doctors and should they be responsible for informing her family if she doesn't want to inform her family? And all those layers really add impact and poignancy to the film. Now, I think that the direction that Santucci takes is overly melodramatic, overly sensationalized, and just everything is so bright and feels artificial that it kind of takes you out of the film. The music, the mixing is so out of whack that the score feels overbearing in sequences when they should be helping you feel the emotion of the situation and help support it. And it's just, bam, oppressive over top of you. The film's only about 90 minutes or so, and the last chunk of it takes a much more spiritual kind of approach, a very poetic approach, and I feel like all the tone and atmosphere that was used for the first, 7/8 of the film does feel much more akin to what is trying to be portrayed in that aspect of the film. And it is a beautiful kind of epilogue to the story and has this very poetic feel to it. It does kind of feel a little out of place, but it does match the tone better to what Santucci's trying to do throughout the film. At the end of the day, I think this is a film anchored by strong performances, and it just doesn't feel like it quite clicks because of some clunky, cliched writing, and in terms of this atmosphere, this tone that's the approach for most of the film, doesn't feel like it gels well with the weight of what's trying to go on screen. It just feels like I'm kind of watching a soap opera after a while, and it takes you out of it. But these performances are very strong, and this is certainly a film that it's going to hit you in the feels, and if you're looking for something like that, this certainly delivers. But those are my thoughts on Sarogeto. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.